Hello, fellers, and welcome back to another Pokemon Nerd Wi-Fi battle. So a lot of people have been uploading a lot of April Fool's stuff, shit, whatever you want to call it, yesterday. But today I'm actually going to bring you a pretty cool battle. So hopefully the Smogon tiers are kind of good, so I could actually play on the Smogon PO server, because that was ridiculous. I'm sorry. But today I'm bringing you a UU match I had against the username Tiki Numbers. I forgot the numbers after your name, sorry Tiki, but he's a pretty cool guy, so after the battle is done, make sure to check out his channel, because he's a pretty cool dude. So I'm going to look at his team first here. He's got a Clefable, Mew, Hitmontop, Suicune, Flygon, and Crobat. Definitely the Flygon could cause me a lot of trouble, because if it's Bandit or Scarf, those things are usually really hard to deal with. And also, the Hitmontop, it could be slightly a problem because it's going to prevent me from sweeping with Weavile, and also Mew is going to be a huge issue if it is going to be the stall breaking set. So it should be pretty interesting. And really, the only thing I have for Suicune is basically Rotom, so I'm gonna have to play around Suicune very carefully. So probably I'll have Mew trying to stop it from setting up, but that's pretty much his team. I can't really see it like a specific threat in particular that's gonna sweep me, so that's good I guess for me. So now looking at my team, I have a team built around Weavile. Basically it's Weavile and then common checks and counters that can check the Weavile checks, if that makes any sense. So I've got a Scarfed Rotom Heat just to Volt Switch away, kind of scout and stuff like that, usually as a lead. I've got an Adamant Snorlax, so instead of him being like a support set or like a curse set, I have him just Adamant with Resto Chesto. And I've got Sableye there just to kind of burn things, because he would be really helpful burning things. And I've got the Stall Breaking Mew I used in my last video. So it's a pretty interesting match, I have to say. So I hope you guys really enjoy. So leading off here, I'm going to predict he might lead with Flygon. So I'm not going to actually lead with my Rotom Heat. So I'm probably going to lead with my Mew and seeing what he leads. So let's get into the battle right now. So he's going to lead off with Mew, and I'm going to lead off with Sableye. I actually predicted the Flygon lead, so I wanted to burn him right away, but I saw his Mew, and I figured since he led with it, he would be like the typical stall-breaking Mew, but he actually tried to go for the trick, so apparently it's a trick-scarfing Mew. So I'm going to go for the Nightshade on this Clefable, trying to get some damage off, but I don't, because I can't hit him. So now he's going to go back into his Mew, and I'm going to go for the Taunt again, not making him able to go for another trick. I don't know what I was necessarily predicting, but so he's gonna go for the Volt Switch, and I'm gonna go to my Snorlax, knowing I can take that thing, and he's gonna go into his Hitmontop, and I see the Intimidate, so I'm pretty sure this is a defensive spinner Hitmontop, and especially because I see the Toxic as he Toxics my Sableye. So now I'm sitting in a pretty decent position now, and even though my Sableye is Toxic, it's not the end of the world. So I am going to go into my Mew, and I am going to go for the Taunt, because I know Clefable likes to set up things, but I don't know if he predicted that, but he ended up going for the Seismic Toss. I believe he did have some prior knowledge of this team before the game, so I finally get my rocks up, which is really nice, because it is going to cripple that Crobat, which is going to give me a lot of issues. So I predict the trick here, and I go into my Rotom Heat, and I take that very nicely as he Volt Switches out, and I'm like, well, now I can Volt Switch, but I knew that Flygon was there, and I knew he would probably predict that, so I just went for the Overheat, and I got some really nice damage on this thing. So this is going to help me immensely, because Flygon's probably the biggest concern I had to this team. So I am predicting the U-turn here, and I'm going to go into my Sableye, knowing I resist the Bug move, and he's going to go into his Crobat here. Now, I don't want necessarily my Sableye to go down yet, so I am going to switch out into my Mew here, but he switches out into his Clefable. I don't know if he predicted that or not, but I guess that's what happened. So this time I predicted him to predict my Taunt, so I went for the Psychic, and he went for the Rocks. Not the biggest deal, because I can easily spin him away with Hitmontop, and also scare him with my Rapid Spin, or my Close Combat as well, but he's going to go into his Mew, predicting my Hitmontop. So far in this game, he's been predicting me really nicely. So I wasn't sure if he actually carried the Psychic, because I know Mews don't normally carry them, so I wanted to get those rocks out of the way, so I just managed to spin him, and take the Psychic, since I am fully special defensive, I could take that nicely. So now I'm going to go into my Sableye, and my Sableye can obviously resist the Dark move. I was thinking about going into my Weavile, but it could have been a little risky if he predicted that and switched. So here I go for the Will-O-Wisp and miss. It really isn't a concern, because Clefable is Clefable, and Thank you, computer. But Clefable has that magic guard, so he's gonna set up his rocks here, and I'm starting to get toxic damage, and I really want to save Sableye for later, so I am gonna go into my Weavile here. Now, I really don't know why I went into Weavile here. Like, the more I watch this battle, the more it doesn't make sense to me, because I'm really want to get some damage on this Clefable, so I go for the low kick, thinking it would do a lot more, but it didn't, and he took out my Weavile, which is really the main focus of this team. So now I'm kind of stuck in an awkward position. So here he's going to go for the soft boiled, which basically just wasted my whole Weavile. I basically foddered out the main sweeper to my team. And I'm going to get paralyzed with the body slam, and I do predict him switching out, so I go for the pursuit. And this pursuit's actually going to end up mattering just a bit later, because I knew he would bring in Hitmontop to get the Intimidate, because he was my hard counter to the Snorlax. So I'm going to go into my Mew, knowing I can take almost anything, and if he goes for the Toxic, that means he gets Toxic, but he ends up rapid spinning the rocks away, but I could just set him back up with Mew, with Mew right here. So that's what I do, and he's got this Clefable here, really low HP, so I'm going to go for the taunt just so he can't soft boil and I could just Psychic away, and knowing I could just roost off the turns I need to if he wants to hit me with Seismic Toss. So I go for the Psychic here, and I end up taking out this Flygon. Now, I didn't think this would take him out, especially because I don't have any special attack EVs, but, you know, I guess that works. So now he's going to go for the U-turn. I know I can take it because I can take, like, banded U-turns from, like Darmanitan and stuff. This Mew is a monster. So I am going to go for the Psychic. I probably should have roosted there, predicting the U-turn. But he could have gone for a Brave Bird and taken me out, or at least got me really low. So now he's going to go into his Crobat here, and I've got my Sableye out. Now I figured Sableye's kind of done most of its work, especially with Flygon out of the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Will-O-Wisp him, and he's going to take me out with Brave Bird. But with Brave Bird, Recoil, and the burn damage, it will be enough to take his Crobat out. So big threat out of the way. So he's going to go into Hypnotop now. And I'm going to go into Snorlax. I guess it was a really nice prediction. I thought he would predict my Mew switch. So I'm going to switch out into my Hitmontop, knowing that my Hitmontop can, well, his Hitmontop, all these Hitmontops, stop! Alright, sorry about that. But, he's going to Rapid Spin his rocks away. He's probably going to... He doesn't really need to Rapid Spin, to be quite honest, because he doesn't really have anything weak to Rapid Spin. And Clefable is basically dead already, so... I'm not 100% sure what his thought process was there, but he ends up getting a Toxic on my Hitmontop. It kind of sucks, but, you know, it's not the end of the world, because I only need Hitmontop for spinning purposes. So here I'm going to go for a Taunt, because I know literally all Suicunes these days are, like, the Calm Minding set, and I really don't want any of that. And he predicts that and goes for the Scald, but thankfully it doesn't get a burn, or it doesn't take me out, and I'm able to Roost out and switch into Rotom Heat, predicting the trick again! So I just predicted that shit out of him. So now, he's going to Volt Switch away. Sorry for the loud audio spike there. I had to stop the narration for a sec. So now he's going to go into his Clefable. I'm just going to Volt Switch away because, you know, I figured since I'm a little bit slower than his Scarfer, I can just get out of there and have the Switch initiative. So now I'm going to go into Hypnontop. I guess he just figured that he didn't want anything else taking a close combat. And he's just going to fodder off his Clefable, which is great because that thing is just annoying to deal with. Jesus Christ. I'm so happy to got that thing out of the way. So now I'm gonna go into he's gonna go into his Suicune, excuse me, and he's gonna rest up. I guess that was a misclick, but I think he was like thinking I was faster and I could hit him so he can rest and start sleep talking, predicting my Toxic. So now I'm going to go into my Mew, and he starts setting up the Calm Minds, and this was one of the biggest things I was afraid of, because I always have trouble with Calm Minding Suicune, because it's just so bulky. It's like one of those things where you really just wish it wasn't there. So he's going to finally get the Scald Burn, but I've got that big Lumberry, so it won't matter at all. So now he's looking pretty good here, but he actually ends up switching out into his Mew, and I guess he was predicting me to go for another Roost, or like predicting me to go into Rotom so he can get the Switch initiative, but I predicted that, and I'm just going to stay in and go for the Psychic just to get some damage off on the Suicune, and I actually got a really nice chunk off of it, and with the Toxic damage racking up, it looks to be like I can actually take this thing down, because with that Taunt he can't rest, he can't Calm Mind, and he's going to be able to only Scald. I'm pretty sure he's Sleep Talk's his last move, so I'm going to just go for the Psychic just to weaken his Mew. And now I'm going to go into Rotom-H predicting the trick. So I have successfully predicted the trick 3 times. Tiki, let's go! Get on my levels. Sorry, Tiki, you know I love you. So now he's going to go for the Volt Switch, and I figured here I have really no reason not to go for the Overheat here. So I go for the Overheat, and it does enough that I will be able to take him out, even if I'm at -2, with another Overheat. So he's going to actually switch into his Suicune, looking for an opportunity to rest up, but I get the critical hit. So, you know, that crit actually mattered. I don't think it mattered in the long run of this battle. I think it just made it a longer battle, so in hindsight, it's probably better. So now I'm just going to go into my Hitmontop. He's done his job. He's going to get an Intimidate off. All he has is his Mew and his Hitmontop, and I missed what he went for there. I think he went for the Rapid Spin or the Toxic, but I'm going to go for the Close Combat and finish him off. So all he has left is his Mew. So, oops, sorry, I dropped my iPod. So a bunch of after turn effects, and he's going to go into his Mew now. And now I expected the Psychic, but he actually made a good play and went for the Trick, which means that that he has the freedom of switching up his moves, but I still have my Scarfer at a really good HP level number thing, and he's got, like, a really weak Mew, so he's going to finish me off with Psychic here. That is A-okay with me. I am fine with that, because now I have my Snorlax, and my Snorlax can take any hit, even an Aura Sphere, which was the last move he hadn't revealed. So I take him out with a Body Slam, and that is the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I can't speak today, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace, PokeFight Club.